All right, boys and girls, it is time to put on your thinking cap and have a little challenging practice. So number one here says copy the figure on a dot paper, cut it out, and rearrange the shapes in the figure to form a square. So I'm just going to hold on for a second. I'm going to buzz back up here. There's your square. Oh, I gave it away. I gave it away. Don't go back up there and peek now, okay? Don't do it. Don't go back and peek. You'll see how to do that. Just keep rearranging it. Don't give up and don't peek. All right? You got it. I know you can do it. Now let's look at number 2. Study the pattern to find the rule, then draw the missing shape. So you see the dots in the upper right-hand corner, and it looks like it rotates, like almost like it falls over, right? And it goes boom, and it falls, and now, instead of the dot being in the lower right-hand corner, it's kind of in the middle. So as it falls, you can think of it as maybe squishing. Would that be a good way to put it? It gets a little flatter, maybe. And you'll see that it's a rectangle, and splat, it's a rectangle. Now it's just a little thinner, a little narrower rectangle. Here we have a parallelogram, and oh, it trips over and it falls. Boom. Now it looks as though you have a more narrow parallelogram and the dot is in the middle. So if this were to fall over right here, bam, it would be a square, but then it would have to squish a little until the dot is in the middle, right? And it would look probably pretty close to something like that, where it's in the middle. It's no longer a square because it will get smushed. So there you go. You got her. Here we go. This is a cool one. I liked this one. Let's do some problem solving. I'm going to bring your focus to one specific spot on these pictures, okay? And it's right here. If you see that tip of the triangle right here, and then it falls over to the right once. Boom. Kind of think of it as these, right? It's falling over to the right. Now it's fallen on this side, and the point that was up is now, that vertex is now pointing to the right, if you want to think of it as this is like an arrow pointing that way, correct? Okay, and it trips and falls again. Boom! Now that vertex is pointing down here, right? Boom! It's really falling down a lot. So now it's pointing to the left, and as the 5th rotation happens, it is pointing back to the top in its original starting spot. So look at the repeated pattern. Check the box that shows the next shape. So if it's pointing straight up and down, which way do you think it would go? Well, we look at where it was, and kaboom! That's pointing to the right. So it would be this one. B says check the box that shows the 10th shape. So some people may say, oh, we'll just add 5 and 5 is 10, so it's going to be this one right here. Well, let's just go through it, okay? So 1 is up, 2 to the right, 3 down, 4 left, 5 up, 6 to the right, like that one, 7 down, 8 to the left, 9 up, 10 to the right. Again, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to the right. Okay? All right. Boys and girls, it says describe the movement shown by the shapes. So I kind of think of it as, the movement is, I think we can kind of come back up to these congruent figures. Where was that? Oh, right here. A slide, a flip, or a turn. I think of it more as a turn, like these were turning, right? On that dot, it's turning. So as we look at this, it's almost like taking like dice from Yahtzee or a game that you're playing or something, right? Monopoly or whatever. And you just keep turning it on one side over and over and over. And if you have like say the dots with 2 on it or something, and you keep seeing the face of the dot of 2, the 2 dots would keep turning over and over and over. And that's kind of what it makes me think of when I see the triangle kind of turning and turning and turning, or rotating, spinning. So boys and girls, have a good one, and we will see you next time.